Good morning. I'm just going to do a 12-step check-in before I leave this beautiful monastery, Kopan Monastery in Nepal. I was supposed to stay here for 3 months. I was going to be working on silent retreats as well as teaching English as a second language to the monks, and then teaching the monks how to teach English to their young monks. And in the meantime, Lama Zopa Rinpoche passed away, and he is the very, very, very incredible, special person. I think he's beyond a person, responsible for, with another Lama Yopa, and there was one other monk. The three of them were responsible for bringing Buddhism to the West. So whatever we know about Buddhism in the West, one of the monks that started that is here, and also started Kopan Monastery, and he's transitioning right now into most likely the stages of reincarnation, if he has made that choice to reincarnate, and I'm not sure what that will look like somewhere in the next couple of years. But all of that being said, means that I have to go with the impermanence of my trip here to Nepal. I had the opportunity to go to Lumbini and a couple of other places, the birthplace of Buddha, and a couple other spiritual areas. But I feel like I have definitely received more than I could have ever expected here at Kopan Monastery. This is a pretty auspicious time that I landed here, and to have Lama Yopa Rinpoche pass into his next stage of his being has just been a whole teaching on Buddhism beyond anything that I could have expected here. I did get through most of my introductory course to Buddhism before he moved into his transition, and so I actually learned quite a bit, and I had some really incredible meditations. So in the end, I had really released so much in India, and I'd come to such a graceful space, and I was just really feeling very humbled by the experience in India, and didn't expect that there could be an even deeper level of humility and grace, and that is exactly what I've received here at Kopan Monastery in Nepal. The teachings and the language and the meditations and the space and the quiet to be able to deepen my practice even further. And it's not just about taking, in India I learned that I kind of knew for my 12-step program, but I had no choice but to make it work and to practice it. The more that I was brought into that awareness in India, and for myself, so that I could release all the things I needed to release for the grace of others as well. But here at the Buddhist monastery, I've come into the next level of my awareness, and that is really, it's not just about me, which I was realizing from India to here, that all those years I just prayed and wished everybody would please listen to me, please do as I'm doing, please do your spiritual work, please, if you could only do the things I'm asking you, we could be so much happier, and we could have so much more authentic communication and love and compassion between us. And what I realize now is that really my motive under all of that was, can you please do the work so I can be happy? It was really, I maybe dressed it up and maybe even thought, but when I really look at my motives, it really was for my own happiness and not for yours. And especially with the people that are the closest to me, right? It's always harder with the people closest to you. But what I've really been able to get to here is a deeper consciousness of, wow, I just want you to be happy for you. I'm really sorry to all of those and any of those that I was really pushing for my happiness. I really just want you to be happy for you, and I want you to be content for you. And wherever you have sadness and wherever you've suffered, I would like to just, I'd like to beam that suffering right out of you to something even bigger that can heal all of us, but not for me, not at all. I can be quite happy for me in anything I'm doing. Now my job is just to pray for happiness and peace for others and send loving compassion, not only to the people that I like, but also to the people, and I don't really even have anybody that I don't like in my life anymore. But I know some of you are really wounded, and I am as well. I still have my wounds and my character defects and my behaviors that I use to try and protect myself, to meet my, little inner child, that little monster that lives inside of me. Sometimes you can see the bright side of that inner child, and sometimes she really is a little monster. And thing is that I can continue to live with her, or the little monster part of her, guiding my universe and reacting to everything everybody does, or I can just, in my mind's eye, just love her and be compassionate with her, and step outside of that and step higher into a higher place of perhaps an adult, or a more spiritual place within inside of myself, where I know that most people are just really hurting. Most people are just suffering. I think everybody, when they have certain behaviors, depending on the level of karma, positive or negative, that they've arrived in this life with from past lives. And, that's really just going to give us the things that we need to work on. And some of us are pretty glued to our material goods. And some of us are pretty glued to our selfishness, greed, envy, all of those so-called deadly sins. And the whole idea is to detach from all of those feelings, detach from all of those things that we think are going to bring us happiness, whether it's drugs, alcohol, sex, gambling, over-exercising, no matter what it is, body, mind, and soul. If I'm chasing it, there's a really good chance that I am not sitting still and quiet in meditation and trying to understand a little deeper what I truly need. And often I don't need any of that stuff. And it's a real freedom. Wow, it's another level of liberation, just to realize that in the end, just like these monks, if I just live in a saffron robe and have a room, and I don't even have to have a high bed that's comfortable and full of pillows and blankets, have a little bit of food to eat. Really, there's not much more I need in this life. So why I'm chasing for so much is all about my ego, that ego that just wants you to think that I'm something more than you, right? Because that's, in the end, it's all about being in competition. I don't need to be in competition with anybody. I just need to send you as much love and cherish you as a perfect, beautiful, precious human being that you are, because that's what we all are, me included. We are all just precious, beautiful, wonderful souls here on this earth. And my, let me just send you as much love and compassion as I possibly can, not because you have to do anything to deserve it, just because it's what I need to do. It's what I need to do, because you are precious and I am precious, and this is the symbiotic relationship I wish to have. And this is what my sobriety brings me, the awareness and the knowledge to know when something wasn't good, that I needed to get working deeper on myself. And that came out as me burning my world down like a Tasmanian devil, doing a lot of harm to the people I love the most, and creating a lot of really crappy karma. But that's okay. That's not okay. Whatever I've done to you, I apologize with all my heart. And I will spend the rest of my life making that up to you and to me. And I can promise you that. And, my motives, I think, are much clearer now, because I've had some really great teachers, some just great teachers, and I'm going to continue to tap into online learning about the teachings in Buddhism, Hinduism, Christianity, you name it, every religion. In the end, we're all moving towards, and I say religion, and I know I'm talking about my 12-step check-in. I can use all of these world religions to help me. They're all a vein to something higher that I aspire to be in my spiritual growth and development. And whether you use that or not, that's okay too. You're going to find your own spark that helps you, your own vein that gets you to the place where you're able to be quiet and calm and healed and just wish love on the world for you and others. And but for me, I have used organized religions and indigenous practices and whatever it takes, because my heart just really wanted to grow, and it will always want to grow to something more, because we have unstoppable spiritual potential, and it's pretty divine. So I'm moving on to Thailand. The next thing I'm going to do is a Vipassana, which is a 10-day silent retreat, where you're basically meditating almost the whole day. And there's absolutely no talking, no music, no dancing, no writing, no anything. You are simply reflecting on how your body feels. And as you work through your body, you'll get to the deeper part of how you feel. So I'm going on to Thailand to do my Vipassana. And then at the end of my Vipassana, I'm hoping that there's an elephant soul or two that that calls me to their elephant refuge or orphanage or rehabilitation center, so that I can take some time with these incredible mammals in the quiet calm, and just share some really wonderful mantras and great karma. Okay, thank you for listening, and I'm so happy that you're out there and you're with me and I'm with you. Namaste. Om Mani Padme Hum. Hari Om. God bless. Peace to everybody. Thank you for listening.